Law enforcement is a tricky career. There's more scrutiny. There's an expectation for very high accountability. There's a demand for information immediately. For people that are looking to start their careers, they're turned off by that level. So it takes a really special person to know that this is the right line of work for them. It's about wanting to serve their community in a way that not everyone can.
Grand Junction is really unique. It's about 250 miles west of Denver on the western slope of the state. The city is roughly 65,000 in population. Really a wonderful community filled with a lot of people that are very passionate about the community and quite frankly passionate about their police department. We were founded in 1882. We have, or will have, as of a new tax measure that recently passed with our community support, 142 sworn officers and roughly 250 employees because we run a regional communications center too. We're so geographically distanced from other areas of the state, we have to have some services that normally would be reserved for larger metropolitan police agencies. Those may include a bomb team, which we have, a traffic unit, crime lab, school resource officers, community resource unit. We have 2 canines with the goal of gaining a third, and they work different shifts, so they're available for multi-purpose. We have the SWAT team. So those are all very exciting opportunities, I think, for our staff, and that we really have to provide services because our community demands it. So there's recruiting and then there's successful recruiting. And getting people to apply is one thing. Getting people that will be successful and that are a good fit for the organization is an entirely different thing altogether.
At the Grand Junction Police Department, we don't just recruit police officers. We recruit families, and we recruit people that are looking for the lifestyle that they can find in Western Colorado.
Having small kids and a wife, that we were looking for something a little bit more for us. The rest of my family's still in California, but they're very understanding. We wanted a culture where it's a little bit slower, not quite as many people. So the opportunity presented itself to come out here and be a part of the Grand Junction Police Department, and I took advantage of that.
I've always wanted to do something to help people. I first went and told my dad, I'm gonna be a police officer. That's what I'm gonna strive for. And he just kind of shook his head and said, you're crazy. But he supported me through the entire process.
Growing up, it's actually not something I ever saw myself doing. It wasn't until I started college and explored law enforcement and really just fell in love with it there. So I started looking into Grand Junction Police Department, and I really just liked their high standards.
We've built a team with a variety of different life experiences and backgrounds so that when someone expresses interest in our agency, we're able to connect them with someone who is going to have a similar path so that they can really develop those relationships. We utilize a spouses auxiliary so that we can point spouses of potential officers to a resource to them to help them talk about what's the school district like. What about daycare options? This is my line of work. Where might I be able to find employment in Western Colorado or in the Grand Valley? So we wrap our arms around everybody who has embraced us, and we bring them into the process to help them make a home here.
Coming to a place that I really didn't know many people, new chief and new area. My goal coming in, quite frankly, was to observe and learn. And I think new police chiefs always should take the time to listen and learn. I've been doing this job, it'll be 28 years in December, and I will guarantee that every day I'm still learning. When you stop learning, then that's probably time to get out of the profession, quite frankly.
There's a difference between being a boss or a supervisor and being a leader. And he absolutely leads by example.
I can't begin to thank Chief enough for how much he's always just working in our favor and reaching out to us in the community to see what he could do better.
I'm very much a collaborator, so I like to work on all levels within the agency to see what we're doing well and maybe some areas where we can improve. And I think that's been my leadership style from the start. So, welcome.
The camaraderie and the morale of this department is something that I think every police officer out there would want to be a part of.
We are truly a family.
Yes. When somebody applies, we'll have an officer directly reach out to them and make contact to talk to them, as opposed to simply becoming just what feels like another number in a process.
They want to see you succeed, and this department takes emotional, mental, physical health very seriously. They provide so many resources to just help officers and their families be in the best health. Everyone has everyone's back.
I'll work here for the rest of my life.
Me specifically, yes, I did meet my husband at this department. We're both patrol officers right now.
I do plan on retiring here.
If you want to make a difference in the community and you want your career to be more than just a job and a paycheck, and you're passionate about what you do, then I think the Grand Junction Police Department is the place for you.